Hi, everybody. My name is Gray Turner, and I work for the Utah Transit Authority, also known as UTA, here in Salt Lake City. The Utah Transit Authority is the public transit agency along the Wasatch Front, basically between Ogden and Provo. And what we do is we move people or transport people. We do this either on buses, or we do it on light rail trains, or we also have commuter rail trains called Front Runner that take people to work, to and from work each day, or to different places along the Wasatch Front that they want to go. Um, I'm actually a civil engineer but yet I work for the Transit Authority. And so my actual position or my title is I'm a program manager over engineering and project development, which basically means what I do is I manage our engineering program or also our group that plans out new projects. Where the new light rail lines are going to go, or where the new front runner lines are going to go, or even where new bus routes are going to go. We make sure that all of the pieces are put into place, whether it be rail, whether it be the overhead power lines that can power commuter rail or light rail trains, or anything that needs to go comes through my group. So we actually go through and design it and come up with a set of plans that we're able to give to a contractor, and they actually go out and are able to build the projects so that we can put either trains or even buses on those different routes, and so they can be able to carry people, transport people around the Wasatch Front. And it's something that I really enjoy doing. I really like engineering, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. Typically, my normal day, because of the position that I'm in, I actually spend a lot of time in meetings, which isn't the funnest thing to do all the time. I end up talking to a lot of people, but the fun thing is I'm also able to go outside. So I spend a lot of time inside the office working on the computer, but then I'm also able to go outside to look at construction projects, to observe what's going on, and to make sure that the plans are being followed and everything is safe, so that when we start up our new rail lines or for the trains or the buses, that it all runs as it should. So at first, when I was your guys' age, in either middle school or junior high or even high school, I wanted to be a basketball player. Now I know I'm sitting down right now and I don't look like I'm 7 feet tall, but I'm actually 7 feet tall, and I grew up playing basketball. I actually went to Utah State University on a basketball scholarship. And when I came to Utah State, I was going to go into business management and I was going to play basketball. But after the first year, the doctors found I had a bad heart, and so that kind of put an end to my basketball career. And I wasn't too excited about business management, and so I always grew up liking, wanting, or liking to know how things run, or to design things, or to build things. And so I decided to go into civil engineering, and I found that's what I really enjoyed doing. So whether it was on the basketball team, or even some jobs that I'll talk about in a minute of when I grew up, I learned how to communicate. When you play basketball, you have to talk with people, you have to talk with your teammates, and you have to be able to run plays, and everybody has their own position or their job to do. And if you work together as a team, then you're able to beat the opponent. Same type of thing in the world of engineering. You need to communicate with your teammates. You need to all work on specific things and then bring those things together for one big project, and it actually gets built and is successful. And that's one of the reasons why I like to work at UTA. We literally move thousands and thousands of people each day. That people rely on us to get to work, or to get to the grocery store, or to the doctors, or things that they're doing. And just knowing that I had a hand in helping get them to where they want to go is very satisfying to me. And so I've really enjoyed engineering throughout my career. Now, since I uh, since when I graduated, as I mentioned, I graduated from college up at Utah State in civil engineering. It took me 5 years to get through the engineering program, but when I did, I actually started with an engineering company. I've worked for basically four other engineering companies before I came to UTA. Um, Half of those companies I worked for, I designed roads and bridges. I did a lot of work for the Utah Department of Transportation, or UDOT, as you might have heard. I also did a lot of roads and bridges for cities and counties throughout the state, which was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed doing that. And then I started working on some UTA projects. I designed a couple of the light rail projects here in Salt Lake several years ago, and really enjoyed doing that. And so I actually started working at UTA, and then ended up overseeing all of the engineering and construction that goes on with the projects that we build. Now, going back a few years, I remember my first job that I ever got. I was 12 years old, and I got a job picking strawberries for a local strawberry farm. And even at 12 years old, that taught me how to get to work on time and to work hard, because I got paid on how many strawberries I actually picked. So if I only picked a couple of strawberries, I didn't get paid very much. But if I worked hard and picked a lot of strawberries, then I got paid more. A couple years after that, I wanted to continue to play basketball, and so my dad bought me a lawnmower, so that I could go to my basketball camps during the summer and help earn money. And so I started my own lawn mowing business and started mowing lawns for people. And again, through that job, taught me how to work hard, and it also taught me how to be reliable, to get to places I was supposed to be on time. If people were counting on me to be there, then I would be there. And it also taught me how to communicate with people, and how to talk, and how to schedule things, and to mow the lawns for them. So I found with those early jobs, both of them taught me some of those key items, that to work hard, to communicate, to be reliable, that help me in my engineering world right now. As I told you, I I've worked for several engineering companies over the last many years, and have actually and then worked for UTA for about the last 6 years. It's been a lot of fun. Um, what Would I do it again? I would definitely do it again. As I mentioned, I love engineering. I love coming to work every day. I enjoy building things. I enjoy solving problems. What I really enjoy is trying to make things better, or how can we do things better to get people where they want to go faster or more reliable. And again, as I mentioned, being able to influence or have an effect on thousands of people really is a fun thing to do. So if I were to do it all over again, I guess some advice that I would give you is to look around and see what people are doing. What do people do for jobs? Is it something that might be of interest to you? Whether it's engineering, whether it's designing things. At UTA, we have a lot. We have some engineers, but we have a lot of people that drive buses and that drive trains. We have a lot of mechanics, people that work on the actual vehicles, people that are diesel mechanics and work on the engines of those. Whatever you want to do, find something that you like to do. But I would encourage you to work hard, learn how to communicate, learn how to talk to people. That makes a big difference. Learn how to be reliable. And if you have those key things, you'll succeed. So I would encourage you to stay in school, continue to work hard, find something that you like to do, and then pursue it with everything that you've got. So with that, again, I'm Gray Turner. I work for the Utah Transit Authority. I'm a civil engineer, and have a great day. Thanks.